Hey everybody! Welcome to our channel Living in Richmond, Virginia, where we show you exactly what it's like to live, work, eat, and play right here in RVA.
This video is part 2 of a 3-part video series going over how much homes cost in different zip codes around Richmond. Today's video is going to cover 6 of the most popular zip codes within the City of Richmond.
And our upcoming part 3 will finish the series in the more rural areas around Richmond. Since we've broken down the numbers by zip code, this will be a great way for you to compare what different areas offer you in terms of bang for your buck.
We will show you where the zip codes are located and tell you about the average sold price,
the average size, year built,
price per square foot,
and more. And to make sure that you don't get too bored to tears listening to us just talk about numbers, we're going to include video footage of these areas while we're talking about them, so you can see these areas for yourself.
More than likely, this isn't your first time to our channel, but if it is, welcome. I'm Taylor Jefferson.
And I'm Sarah Jefferson, and we are your Richmond relocation experts.
No lie, we've helped hundreds of families relocate to Richmond from all over the world.
We recently merged with Team Hensley so that we can better serve you. And if you're thinking about relocating to Richmond, here are 3 things you need to do.
The first is to download our updated Richmond Relocation Guide by visiting our new website, richmondrelocationguide.com. We made this guide ourselves, and it is full of useful information all about Richmond and the surrounding areas.
The second thing you need to do is visit our YouTube homepage and look at our playlist that says Start Here, and at a minimum, give the first 2 videos a watch. After doing so, you will have a much better idea of where you might want to live and where you will find homes matching your search criteria.
And the third thing to do is to explore our playlist and videos that focus on the areas that you identified as potentially good fits from step 2. This will greatly speed up your knowledge of Richmond and the surrounding counties.
Or just give us a call. We're happy to answer any questions you have, and I promise that within just a few minutes, you will know we're the real deal.
That's right. Now, with all that said, let's dive into how much homes cost in the City of Richmond. Just so you know, here's how we gathered this information. We searched through single-family home sales for each zip code from the past 180 days. So this information is current as of fall of 2025.
We excluded brand new construction and focused only on resale homes to keep things in apples-to-apples comparison.
And feel free to leave us a comment if you want these stats on another zip code that we didn't cover in this video. We're going to start with the 2 name brand zip codes, which include the Musuem District and the Fan. Both of these areas are some of the most walkable areas within Richmond and contain some of the most unique and historic homes. Up first is zip code 23221, which is the Musuem District, and parts of the west end of the city, including Windsor Farms. Now, Windsor Farms is one of the most expensive neighborhoods in all of Richmond, so it pulls the average sold price higher than what you should expect to pay in the Musuem District. The average home in this zip code sold for over $940,000, and in return you can expect to get a home that was built in 1938 with just over 2,300 square feet with 3 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. And just 2 years ago, the average sold price in this zip was $850,000. This is one of the most expensive zip codes to buy within, with an average price per square foot of $403, which is about 60 to 90% more expensive than the suburbs. The Musuem District and the Fan, again, are 2 of the most walkable parts of Richmond. And if that's what you're looking for and you want to be in the thick of the action, this is where you should be looking. Just be prepared to pay for it.
23220 is located just east of where we just were, and it includes the Fan District and the Maymont area of Richmond. As mentioned, this is another super walkable part of RVA. Houses in this zip code are a little bit smaller and a little bit cheaper on average. But again, that is because the last zip code included an outlier of a neighborhood, Windsor Farms, pulling the average up. And 23220 has other areas outside of the Fan that pull this zip code's average down. Technically, the Fan itself is more expensive than the Musuem District, but both of these zip codes are larger than just those 2 areas. And I still wouldn't call either of those zip codes cheap. The average sold price in 23220 in 2023 was a little more than $630,000, and now it's $720,000. So in an equal time frame, both of these zip codes averages increased by $90,000. The houses in 23220 are a little bit older too, with an average year built of 1935. Within this zip code, the average price per square foot is more reasonable than that of 23221, sitting at $329 per square foot. So again, if you crave walkability and want the unique Richmond experience, this is where you should be looking. But just don't expect to find a bargain.
Zip code 23226 is the west end of Richmond City, and it's what we call the suburbs of the city. Reason being, you're further removed from the city proper, so while it is still somewhat walkable, it isn't as walkable as the Fan and the Musuem District. The homes here are also a few decades newer, and they are detached single-family homes with yards instead of attached row homes. This area has the second highest price per square foot of the video, sitting at $374 per square foot. The average home here cost $858,000, and just a few years ago that average sat at $816,000. This zip code will still deliver an excellent proximity to the city proper, some walkability, charming historic homes albeit slightly younger than the city proper, and larger yards. We made a video dedicated specifically to this area, and while the pricing information in the video is now outdated, you should still give it a watch so that you can learn about and see all the different parts of this zip.
South of the river in zip code 23225 is where you have the Forest Hill, Westover Hills, and Stratford Hills area, which have some similarities to the west end of the city, but at a much cheaper price. This zip code is quite large, and due to that, there are much cheaper areas within it that aren't as nice as some of the others, which pulls the average sold price down some. So while the average sold price in this zip is sitting at only $469,000, in Westover Hills, for example, the average for that area is closer to $666,000. The lowest and highest sold price for 23225 is a very wide span with a delta of just over $2 million. So pricing varies greatly depending on the particular part of 23225 that you are located within. This area is a very popular area due to its proximity to the James River Park system and the river itself, Forest Hill Park, and the city, while still delivering beautiful, charming, detached single-family homes with yards. On average, houses sold 7% above asking price over the past 6 months, and this zip saw a 13% increase in pricing since 2023.
If you're having sticker shock, I do have good news for you. These next two zip codes are the value play for the city and have far more reasonable prices while still delivering the unique experience of living in the city. First up is zip code 23223, which contains the Church Hill area. This zip code also contains parts of eastern Henrico County, located on the eastern side of 64. So I excluded sales from the Henrico County portion of this zip and focused exclusively on the city side within the Church Hill area. This zip code is an incredibly mixed bag. You would think that the average year built would be closer to the early 1900s, but it actually sits at 1956, and that's due to all of the newer construction homes pulling that average up. When Church Hill was being revitalized, a lot of the original homes were beyond repair and saving, and so they were demolished and replaced with brand new ones. The average sold price over the past 6 months was only $429,000, and the average price per square foot was only $251, which is the second lowest of the video. So Church Hill is a great value play if you want to be within the city, but still live within a walkable part of it. During pharmacy school, I actually lived in this zip code, and I had a great time.
The last zip code is 23222, which is the north side area of the city, and it's the cheapest in this video today. Northside is pretty hit and miss, and while there are very nice parts of it that feel similar to the West End and Westover Hills, there are parts of it that don't feel great at all, and that is reflected in the much lower average sold price of only $365,000 and a much lower price per square foot of $222, which is right in line with Richmond and surrounding areas average as a whole. For a few years, the appreciation within the north side of the city was pretty much flat. But over the past 2 years, north side has seen a $60,000 increase in average sale price. I would rank this zip code's walkability similar to or slightly less than that of the West End. So what it lacks in walkability, it makes up for in affordability. Similar to Church Hill, North Side is hit and miss regarding uniformity and niceness. Each street can vary greatly from the next, so this is one of those areas we recommend driving around and exploring, especially if you found a home that you like here.
Alright, so we are back on track with making our videos every other week. Our next video will be part 3, where we cover the more rural areas like Powhatan, Goochland, and southern Chesterfield, and maybe a few more.
We have to say, it's been great partnering with Team Hensley because now we have the staff and support of a team behind us, which allows us to help even more relocation clients than ever before.
Plus, being able to keep up with making these videos. And we've also started doing a lot more social media videos too, so be sure to give us a follow.
We hope you found this video informative and helpful. Please let us know if there are any types of videos you want to see in the future.
And if you're thinking about relocating to Richmond, be sure to reach out to us.
We have the knowledge and experience to help make your move as stress-free and easy as possible.
Thanks for being here with us today, and we'll see you again real soon. We promise.
Bye.
Bye.